When the reporter asked him,
"Did you murder her?"
I did not. No.
He says, no.
Welcome back to CSL TV. And I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and smash that subscribe button because it's free. You'll be helping me out. As well as in like, comment what made you watch CSL TV. And you know what I'm saying? The negativity, I read whatever. We live in a world of opinions. So, anything negative, like I do in real life, when somebody start talking about negative stuff, I say, hey, I can't listen to that right now. You know what I'm saying? So anything negative, I just hide you, block you, whatever I need to keep your bad vibes and energy away from the channel. And it's just a review, reaction, informational channel. But if you've been rocking with me already, I appreciate you so much. Let's get it.
You got a gun on you. Do not reach.
Yeah, do not reach for it. Put your hand.
What are you doing, dude? What are you doing?
This video out of Utah is upsetting, and we warn you, it may be difficult to watch. It all went down at this gas station about 30 minutes north of Salt Lake City. Cops are dispatched over reports of a man acting suspiciously inside the store. When they arrive, he walks out of the entrance. An officer begins to engage with the man, and when the body cam audio picks up, we can hear that the man doesn't want to go over to the cops.
Really?
Yeah. Come over here and talk to me. Come on over here and talk to me for a second.
What for, though?
I just told you why. Come over here and talk to me.
Really?
Or do you just want to be arrested right now? It's your choice.
What do you want to talk to me for, though?
I will let you know. Come over here. We got called on you.
What did I do, though?
I'm going to talk to you. Come over here and talk to me.
Come over and talk to this officer. All right, just go.
Okay, over here.
This is where things take a turn. Again, this might be hard to watch. As the man begins to walk towards an officer, a second cop maintains a watchful eye.
Keep your hands out of your pockets. Oh, sorry, look, I ain't got nothing.
When the man lifts his shirt, the cops spot that he's carrying a gun in his waistband.
You got a gun on you. Do not reach.
Yeah, do not reach for it. Put your hand.
The man starts to run away, and the first cop wrestles him to the ground, and the second cop opens fire.
Put your hands up, your hands!
The first cop then gets a hold of the man's weapon and shoots the man with the very gun he had stuffed in his waistband.
We have 3 of 11 shots fired! Shots fired!
Do not move!
Backup and medical care soon arrived, but the 39-year-old suspect died at the scene. Police investigated everything that went down, and the 2 officers involved were placed on administrative leave. Friends of the man who was shot sought answers for why the officers didn't use a taser or place the man in handcuffs first, and an anti-police brutality group called for the 2 officers involved to be fired. Analysis from the Washington Post has found that more than 1,000 people are shot and killed every year by police. The investigation later revealed that the 2 officers witnessed the man reaching for his gun during the scuffle and opened fire because they thought he may have had another weapon on him. It turns out the man had a lengthy criminal history and, as a felon, was prohibited from carrying a firearm in the first place. This all went down in 2017, and prosecutors later determined the 2 officers involved were justified in using deadly force.
When the reporter asked him,
"Did you murder her?"
I did not. No.
he says, no.
You wouldn't believe it if you didn't see it yourself. Here are 3 of the craziest crime moments ever caught on camera. Number 3, world's most apologetic criminal. 21-year-old Brian Earl Taylor was caught trying to rob a man of medical marijuana while pointing a gun at his abdomen. Now he's at his sentencing for illegally carrying a concealed weapon and unlawful imprisonment.
I would like to apologize to the victim again. I am truly sorry.
He asks the judge to sentence him to 36 months instead of 42, and he has an interesting speak.
Well, you're obviously a talented young man, and I hope that you'll be able to use your time productively when you're in the Michigan Department of Corrections.
The Adele-inspired crooner couldn't sing his way out of his prison sentence, which was 3 years and 6 months. But Taylor did use his time in prison to work on his singing, songwriting, and piano skills. He even sang an updated version of his viral song 2 weeks after his release.
They said the time was gonna help me, and it turns out it did.
Taylor now has a job and spends his time working out and making music.
I want to tell people, like, no matter what trials and tribulations you go through in life, you can always do what you want.
Number 2.
I'm just happy to see this man was able to turn his life around. And, you know, in the courtroom, I was like, hold on, who the f*** is this boy up here singing, trying to get his way out? He ain't even get that much time. So it's happy to see that he used his time to get his mind right and to get his life on the right track. Now, when they call that correctional, they corrected this guy right here, this young, handsome individual. They corrected him because the stuff that he done positive in there, he was able to come out and be positive and reshape his life and turn it around.
Number 2, killer on live TV. When 19-year-old Kenny Amongi went missing after a night out, family was worried sick.
Did you even know Kenya was out that night?
No, I did not know.
Kenya's friends told them that she'd been highly intoxicated at a nightclub and security had to escort her out.
And her actions did not match the amount of alcohol she had.
Correct.
So maybe someone did slip a drug in her drink.
That is what we believe.
She'd been kicked out with a man, but police were more suspicious of another man, Travis Forbes, who had picked her up later that night in a white van. He claimed that she'd left him to be with a different man that night, but everything kept pointing back to Forbes, so he went on live TV to try and prove his innocence. A terrible mistake.
Since you're a person of interest, let me ask you this. Did you do something with her?
No.
Did you kidnap her?
No.
Did you sexually assault her?
I did not.
Did you murder her?
I did not. No.
He lied. It was in his demeanor. It was in his body language. It was all there. When the reporter asked him,
Did you murder her?
I did not. No.
he says, no.
It turned out that Forbes had sexually assaulted and murdered Kenya, then put her body in a freezer, doused it in bleach, and finally buried her in a shallow grave. And she wasn't his only victim. Months later, Lydia Tillman survived a similar attack from the so-called bleach monster. She was sexually assaulted, bleached, and forced to jump from the second-floor window of her apartment to escape an arson attack by Forbes. The man who accidentally exposed his crimes in that interview was sentenced to life without parole.
Now y'all saw he was like, no. Like, damn, my boy, is it a yes sir right now? Because your mouth is saying no. But we can tell your body language, your head movement, and all that type of stuff. And this is why I tell y'all to be careful out there and watch these folks that y'all be around in the public and try y'all best to watch their body language. Because his body language speaks so much volume that there was no way you could have missed that. I mean, come on now. Who in the world would be like, oh, well, he said no. No, baby, you gotta understand he up here. His body and the universe is making him say, yes, it is, stupid. Wow, he's trying to block it and lie about it. You feel me?
Parole. Number 1, Gooman versus the law. Now, we've covered some crazy outbursts in the courtroom, but this courthouse surveillance footage may be the hardest to believe. September 2011, and we're at Crawford County Courthouse in Arkansas. 48-year-old James Ray Palmer is looking for Judge Gary Cottrell, but he's not here. After being told the judge isn't in, Palmer shoots the clerk in her leg.
It's something that I wouldn't want anybody to have to go through.
Fortunately, Palmer isn't here for the employees, so he heads out of the courthouse. When he's outside on the courthouse lawn, he starts shooting at an incoming police car.
So your car's been completely shot up. Were you injured at all?
I had a shrapnel injury in my right calf.
Police start firing back and end up shooting the gunman dead. The 8-minute shooting was motivated by his 2008 divorce and child custody case. His ex-wife already had a protective order against him, and she'd accused him of hitting her in front of their son, setting their couch on fire, and buying weapons. Judge Cottrell ruled against him in that case. The same day of the courthouse shooting, the lone gunman sent his mother a text message saying, "Today, I'm going to die."
You mean to tell me this guy went in the courthouse looking for the judge, trying to kill the judge, my boy? You fucking dumb. That's why your ass ain't here right now. And when motherfucking the justice and the universe serve it the correct possibly way for these type of guys, because we do not need this type of energy out here, even though it's so much. But eliminating it is kind of reshaping and helping, hopefully, unless, you know what I'm saying, a baby has something been born to replace this mental person, because you never know what type of person that might be born and what type of environment they could grow up in. But at the same time, his wife, I should say, ex-wife, did the right thing by leaving his psychopath ass alone. And you know how it is. She did the right thing.